No place like low place. And to the subscribers and the new subscribers, I deleted over 500 videos from my channel to start fresh. You guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, share with your friends. Bell icon is down there. You can hit that as well. And when we start going live again, you get notifications, get a lot of boxing news and knowledge. Mikey Garcia, let's get to him. This thing about him being textbook, and that's what makes him pound for pound. I personally believe what makes Mikey Garcia pound for pound on your list is because there's too many belts in boxing. He's a beneficiary of it. He's won titles from guys who are not full of accolades, and just because you moved up 5 pounds to do it, it's supposed to make you the man. I wholeheartedly disagree. I cannot recall a time where Mikey was in a deep division, where he was in the division of any Hall of Famer. That's first ballot, surefire, dominant at the time. No, he's never been there. He won titles recently from Hans Latichny, Sergey Lipinets, and Robert Easter Jr. If those fights had no belts attached to them, no belts, and these fighters, 2 of these fights, these guys had no defenses. Sergey Lipinets, no defenses. Hans Latichny, no defenses. Probably will never win titles again. What are you really rating? Are you telling me, you're definitely not saying, hey, he's right there with all other 4 division titleists or champs. No, he's not. People who go up in the weight, knock somebody out of note, and win just 1 or 2 titles, I rate higher than what Mikey Garcia is doing. Secondly, when you say he's textbook, I see people that are textbook, magazine, front cover of the newspaper, you name it, diary, website, YouTube, okay? I see, and they perform better than Mikey Garcia. Mikey it's basics, and it's basics versus guys who don't have much more than the basics themselves. I can't rate that. I can't. When somebody's outdoing, I can't. Now, as for this post-fight press conference where Robert Garcia is asked about Lomachenko, and he says the people at Top Rank have told me that Mikey beats Lomachenko. People at Top Rank have also told us that Lomachenko beats Mikey Garcia. I know it's going to be a back and forth thing, but there's room to believe on both sides of that because Lomachenko has been protected. People will say, no, he's went up 3 weights. You can't protect that. Yeah, I can accept a piece of that argument. A piece of that argument is acceptable, but it would have been more convincing had he been fighting great fighters at these weights, and he just hasn't. The Walters fight, a mandatory year layoff, it seems, from Top Rank before he can fight Lomachenko. That's protection. A Rigondeaux fight coming up 2 weights, come on, bro. That's protection. You never been in a 50-50 fight. Well, I guess he was with Gary Russell. I give him credit for that fight. And that fight, that win could look better the more Gary Russell does. I thought Gary Russell was getting beat down his last fight, and the guy threw the fight. He quit punching. He was moving Gary Russell with every punch, and he quit punching. But we'll see more from Gary Russell. If he fights Leo Santa Cruz and he wins, hey, Lomachenko has a big win. Good for him. But right now, you're just thinking the potential of Russell, and I'm not sure the potential is there from what I saw with Jojo Diaz. And Jojo Diaz just he let up and quit beating on him. But going up to 35 with Lomachenko fighting Linares. We know this is a Linares that never had a big win, and Linares in his last fight with a clean Luke Campbell, with a major underdog in Luke Campbell, he struggled mightily. People, I didn't know if he kept his title rightfully that night. You know, so there's room on both sides to believe that you can beat Mikey Garcia. Yeah, you should be able to beat him. It's basic. He's taking B-level guys. Broner is a B-level fighter. Maybe a B plus at 47 because he at least fought back with Vargas, maybe. But at 40, he can't make the weight. Not properly. Robert Easter, B-level fighter. Salido, maybe a B plus, B-level, whatever you want to rate him there. Mikey Garcia has not impressed me in either of these fights. I mean, if Braun is drained, knock him out. Drop him, beat him down, knock him out. Porter beat a Broner that was healthy way better than you beat the one that is drained, and we don't go ranking him. Why? Because he didn't get the win 4 easy titles, because he's actually fought Keith Thurman and Kell Brook and people who are of real championship caliber. See how that works? See how that works? You challenge yourself in boxing and you get ripped for it. You fight Rocky Martinez's and what's my guy, the other Puerto Rican, Juan Manuel Lopez. You know, whew, big shit there. Come on, man. Pound for pound, Kell Brook and Keith Thurman to kick their ass. So I'm holding my reservations with Garcia and Lomachenko. I think it's rightful. That's definitely the fight to make. The Errol Spence fight, Mikey got no business in that fight. If Easter can keep you at bay with the jab when he does it right, and he makes a lot of mistakes. Even when he fights tall, he's still not physical enough. He doesn't understand inches, angles, and levels and physicality. That's what boxing is. Take away the punches and his inches, angles, level, physicality. All right? How many inches you gonna slip? How many inches you gonna step this way? You know, your timing and your inches, your angles. Are you gonna use them correctly to make escapes? You saw Robert Easter Jr. flat out squaring up to escape, exposing his whole body except for the high guard. The levels. He tried to work the jab to the body, but he didn't bring nothing back up top. He didn't bring nothing hard to the body every now and then. And it's all useless because he gave up the inches after he changed the levels. He just go back to the ropes. He didn't give the physicality to say, get off me, give me more inches, stay in the center of the ring, where he owned Mikey Garcia. In the center of the ring, he owned Mikey Garcia. But he is addicted to prancing and dancing. Bunny Easter, that's the name, Easter Bunny. Prancing and dancing around the ring instead of standing tall. Bang. Maybe Mikey does have power. I think he does have power. But it's not the kind of power he knows how to get off on any and everybody like other kind of power punches in the game. He's limited. If Lomachenko was the same size as Mikey Garcia, I think he'd kick Mikey Garcia's ass. The only option Mikey has, the only good thing that Mikey has is he's much bigger. He can punch around any kind of guard. Can punch around the elbow. Linares did the same thing. Linares was able to go around. Lomachenko was tucked away nicely. But Linares so much bigger, he's like, yo, I get something on these shots. All this size I got to go around, I get some on these shots. And he was. Same Mikey would do. He's slower, but he'd get his, and you know, he could potentially hurt the smaller Lomachenko. Lomachenko could really show improvements and stuff fighting the bigger fighters at 35 that show durability. You know, I don't think a Beltran fight is needed, but definitely if he beats Mikey, that says something about him. You know, smaller guy going through these bigger fighters. I would like to see that. I think eventually he's gonna make the move back to 30, and I'm not mad at that. He's kind of small at the weight, but. We'll see, man. We'll see. Top Rank is definitely going to come firing back, talking about, man, we've told you long ago, Bob Arum, is he crazy? We told him long ago, Lomachenko's the best in the world. Blah blah blah. You know how this whole thing goes. So don't think we see the fight. I'm very mad that I'm going to see Earl Spence have to beat the living shit out of Mikey Garcia, and I'm not going to give him a lick of credit for it. I'm consistent. I do not care about these 2 weight jumps today. It is too much rehydration. These fighters are too good, too strong, too physical. You will get the business. Mikey Garcia likely can't compete with Danny Garcia at 147 pounds. And if he can, maybe he should go prove it, because Danny Garcia is a bigger payday than Earl Spence right now. Prove it. And then once Earl Spence gets you and beats you down, it'll be some credibility on what he does at 147 pounds. If I'm Earl Spence, I would think like that. I'm like, yeah, he admitted it. I'm the big dog. So get in line, little boy. That's the approach Earl Spence should have. But he's not going to. It's money on the line, people. He's going to beat him up and move on to a better legacy. They all do it. I'm understanding of it. I just consider it a circus fight and something I just basically wipe off your resume as an exhibition type shit. That's just how I look at it. It's just my personal preference when I'm rating a fighter. I would do the same with Mikey Garcia. If Mikey brought up, let's say, Leo Santa Cruz came to 135 pounds and he's not done nothing at 130 or 35, I'm just like, yeah, that shit ain't even happened to me. I mean, of course, Leo's going to take whatever damage he takes, and if he's not the same fighter anymore, that's on him. That's your decision. I think Mikey is going to get pulled out real early in that fight. It's going to be a quick quit. All right, a payday, a quick quit. Earl Spence get pushed over. I actually think this is a business agreement. Showtime, Heyman, somebody. They paid this man $3.5 million to fight Sergey Lipinets. Nearly $4 million to fight a guy who hasn't ever defended a title and didn't even win the title that night. They handed it to him. Got booed. You get paid $4 million to fight him, and I think the damn fight was on an undercard. No, I'm incorrect. It was the main event. But he gets nearly $4 million to fight him. I think there's some back end deal to say, well, you know what you got to do after that. We're gonna pay you well to do it, but we wanna sell your name. I literally think that's what happened. I think Mikey Garcia was fine with it. The pay's gonna be right. The excuse is fine. You can get pulled out early. I think it's gonna be a quick night, and you're just praying that you don't get the Kell Brook eye injury. And I'm not gonna be mean here and say I hope he does, but in the back of my mind, it's sort of like I hate when they do this stuff to us and don't go for legacies at their weights. And I really like the Lomachenko fight. I think it's challenging for both of them. Some would have to come from both of them. I don't think either guy would dominate the fight. They're just not capable of that. Yeah, so ain't no place like low place. Y'all hit the subscribe, comment on the video, thumbs up the video, leave your opinion. Bell icon is there. You can hit it, get those notifications, because we will be going live soon. And I'm out.